Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host. It is just after 6 a.m. The doggies are happy. They've had their food. Have had a love. They've had lots of love. Where's my Chinese balls? I am still suffering from blindness. Yesterday afternoon I tried. The thing is, when you're feeling like this, you can't just fight through it. You can't just move on. You've got to just let yourself be. It's affecting my sleep a lot because even though my brain is completely and totally tired and fatigued, that's a good word, fatigued and burnt out. It's that point, it's, you know, when you try to sleep or when you should sleep, but you go past that point and you are just feeling like just blah blah, as if everything's wrong and you've got no energy and you're just trying to sleep, but you've gone past the point of being able to sleep. Well, autistic and ADHD and bipolar all have this kind of burnout effect that can happen when you use too much mental energy, when for some reason it just goes away. And so if you try to do too much, then you make things worse, as my friend said to me. And he's right. So I'm doing this at the moment to focus my brain so I can talk and that, because I just don't feel like talking or doing anything. I haven't spent much time on Discord. And even when I'm streaming, I'm not talking as much as I normally would. And it's just a blah blah. But apart from that, I'm okay. I'll be having naps during the day. And I'm trying to get myself back into the thing where sleeping is a good thing. I went to bed last night at 1 a.m. I woke up at 1:35 a.m. Yep. I got back to sleep and I woke up at about 2 o'clock, 2:30, something like that. That's silly. Got back to sleep, woke up at around 4 a.m. and it was like, that's it, I'm not going to get another bit of sleep, so I may as well get up. Oh yes, I'm just... Anyway, put them away now. This kind of downtime's okay. I'm just going to have to deal with it. But apart from that, what I've been up to, well, really, because of that, I've been listening to more audiobooks, been watching some old stuff, been playing a few games like Star Trek and just going in and doing my daily and tweaking my new character. Because even though it's a new character, it's all along the same pathway that I would always normally go. I've been cleaning up my computer. I've been looking through my games to try and make a list of games that I actually, when I'm feeling a bit less blurry, will want to play. My AI stuff in that is on hold at the moment. It's running in the background on the server, testing, and But I'm not up to talking to an AI or anything like that. My brain is just... and it'll just be like this for however long it lasts, until my brain says, oh, by the way, yay, I'm feeling okay again. But yeah, pretty normal. I did a grocery shop that will come tomorrow. And generally just bounce around and do what has to be done. But yeah, it's strange because it's not a physical fatigue. It's just such a strange thing. Unless you've dealt with it yourself, unless you've got ADHD, Bipolar and Autism or anything like those that affect the mental landscape. Where I always say you have limited bandwidth and limited energy options that will be overridden, that if you go above that you can burn out. And so it's just like, okay, my brain's decided to go to sleep. My energy levels have gone away. But it's not physical. It can affect your physical, like it can affect your sleep. It'll affect your ability to do anything, because the brain is the engine, the motivation, the energy for everything you do. And when you go through one of these burnouts, you literally just want to go pretty much catatonic. And the problem is, while I understand I've got to rest and that, I also live alone. I've got to make sure that I remember to take my medication. I've got to make sure to remember to use the bathroom. I've got to make sure that I remember to let the dogs out and feed the dogs. I have to make sure to put food on for myself. There's a certain minimum level of things if you're living alone. If this always brings me back to how this is the kind of things that reminds me how good I was for Paola, because she didn't have to face any of this alone. I can't. There's no one in the next room to help me at the moment. There's no one I can thingy to make me chicken soup or anything like that. If I want chicken soup, I've got to make it myself. And if I don't feel well, I can't call upon anyone. And this isn't the kind of things you don't want someone around you either. That's the problem. This kind of dead energy, this kind of fatigue of the mind, this kind of burnout, you don't even want to talk or interact with someone. You just want to blah. You just want to blah. Just exist. And you've got to make sure to eat though. So this is where my lowest level of coping strategy comes in. But it isn't a something that's oh, you can get fixed, or it's not like having a cold or any kind of illness or anything like that. It is just the brain deciding something's just made it just go into basically catatonic mode, just no energy at all. So it's now 20 minutes past 6. I will go down and have my breakfast, and I will upload this, and I hope you're all having a good day. Like I've always said to you, when I'm having a bad day, when I've got bad things going on, I will always talk about them, just like I will talk about all the positive, because without one, there's no balance. Without the negative, you can't really know when they're positive. And you've seen 99% of the time I'm good. I don't often get this kind of brain fog and thingy. It doesn't happen that often because I usually measure myself out. I know what caused it this time. It was all the work trying to get the computers to work and having to rebuild computers, which I love doing all that. But when things started to break down, and I spent like 5 to 6 days with my head inside computers, rebuilding stuff and doing stuff and not giving myself a second to rest in between. I literally went burnt myself out, and I didn't realize it was happening until it was my brain started to shut down, basically. So we live and learn. So bye bye for now.